Can anyone give me a checklist of things I need to do on a new website such that it is more SEO compliant?
Number one, build it on a good platform. So did they say they had already built it?
There was no further
Okay,
information.
Build it on a good platform. So use a platform that Google loves. So, and if you don't know, just use WordPress.
Oddly enough, Google has some kind of relationship with Squarespace, but I've found that Squarespace sites perform a little more poorly than like other like more like open source platforms like WordPress, things like that. So that's a little odd that there's not as much nepotism there as you think there would be. Make a website on something that can support this type of stuff that'll also not like build walls around you to restrict and what you can do. Big one I would say is to make sure your website is optimized, like page speed. You want to make sure that you don't have these massive images that are going to take a million years to load. You want to make sure it's built for mobile. Most businesses, I feel like your website's going to get more traffic from mobile than from desktop. Even though desktop sites look a lot prettier, you're going to get 70 to 80% of your traffic is coming from mobile. So you got to optimize for it, make sure it loads fast, make sure that the content flows good, make sure that your animations aren't out of control.
Set it for Google Search Console would be the next thing. It's pretty easy. It's self-guided, but once you set it up, it'll say crawling. Go to the sitemaps tab and then add your sitemap. That way Google knows what pages you want crawled.
Say schema markup's an important thing. You want to make sure that they actually know how your site's built. They want to know the roadmap. They don't want to just, if you let the search engines guess on how your site's set up, it's probably not going to crawl it correctly.
Schema.org, check it out. All your on page. So every page should have an H1 tag as your main descriptor of the page, and then content that's wrapped in the right tags, and then the background stuff you don't see, like your title and your meta descriptions that will essentially have the topic, keywords, things like that in it.
Even there, I would say to add on that, just use an SEO plugin. There's plugins that can just kind of handle that for you. It's all in one place. You have your SEO title, your meta descriptions. You don't have to pay for the premium versions. There are some features in there that are kind of neat, but you know your business, you know who your audience is. So if you just use the free version of one of these SEO plugins, it's going to give you the tools you need to set it up properly.
Those would be the main ones. I mean, you could get deeper, but
I'd say a big one, just make sure you have content on it. A lot of people are going to try and just set up like I want to be minimalist. I want to have just super straightforward. They'll end up with like 40 words on their homepage. It's like, no, you need this sucker to have actual keywords on it. You need to have verbiage. You need it to actually have content that the search engines can crawl. It's not going to show an empty website to people.
How big of a role do blogs play in that?
Blogs. When's the last time you read a blog, Brock?
Never.
You've never read a blog?
No.
Blogs do help. It's kind of like the way people used to describe it. It's a kind of a way to add more pages to your site without adding more pages to your site. It's a way to add more content without just loading it up with just a bunch of landing pages that make it feel bloated and clunky. But again, you want to make sure that your blogs are written properly, that they have all the same things, that you have the same H tag structure, that you can add schema to them, you can add meta descriptions, SEO titles to your blogs. Images is a good thing. Inside images, you can embed alt tags, which also helps for SEO visibility.
Does it matter when you write blogs for a website? Does it matter if people are reading them, or is it more for purely the content on the blog?
right now it's for the content. Right now, people, if they're reading the summary, the AI summary that's pulled from people's blogs, they're not really clicking through to the resource unless they are like, that sounds right. I wonder if there's any more, but it's pretty rare. And so currently, 2026, you're writing it for the content, not for nobody goes and they're like, I love this blog. You got to check it out. I miss those days. Those were fun though.
Yeah, I don't think I ever reached those days. I don't know if I've ever read a blog.
Back in the day, it was like you would have bloggers and they had their own style.
Yeah.
You would follow it because when they would write stuff, it was actually fun to read and it was like their own personal newsletter.
Yeah.
And then it just got gross because everyone's like, I want to rank. And so it was just garbage.
I remember Blogspot, and I feel like every mom had like a Blogspot page for some reason.
Yeah.
Did everybody just have their own blogs, like just regular old average Joes?
Every mom and me.
I mean, that's
You
like,
had one?
Yeah.
that's like how WordPress came about. It was originally a blog platform, and then people were like, hey, you can kind of customize your blogs. You can add cool stuff to it, and then it's like, what's stopping you from actually just making a whole website with it? At the core of it, it's still built around blogs.
Yeah, by the time I got to the internet, it was YouTube was already popping. So I was in the era of vlogs. So I watched a lot of vloggers growing up.
Why don't they call it vlogs?
I don't know. That would roll off the tongue a little bit better.
I always understood it as video logs.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but then what does blog stand for?
I don't know. So there are websites. There's a cool website that I built a few years ago. It's this travel blog website with literally the whole website was blogs. It's a very unique strategy. They made most of their money off of affiliate links. like Amazon affiliate links, which I feel like is kind of an old school thing. But it was this older couple that's like retired, and they just spend most of their retired life just traveling, and they've written a blog for every country that they've gone to. So that's kind of like an outlier, but their whole website is just based around blogs and people reading them. And then from there, they just embed their affiliate links and stuff like that, so people can actually go and just purchase things. So they're not actually selling anything like that. It's like at that point, their visitors are basically the product. So that's kind of an interesting way to go about it.
Raptor started that way. We used to be all content based, but I killed that after I saw the signs of what was happening. So we had like a job board. We were getting, I don't know, like 50,000 hits a day. And then Google was like, well, why don't we just start showing the jobs in our results? And the same thing where like the big job boards would just start saying, oh, well, we'll just start showing that so no one will click through to the job. So like Indeed used to send us a ton of traffic, and then they're like, we'll just let people apply on our site.
Yeah.
And so I started seeing the signs way back then that all of these places sending traffic were always looking for reasons to not send you the traffic. How can they rip off your content and not have to give it to you? So I shut it down. I'm glad I did, because it would have just been a constant battle of trying to figure out how to keep users. Now, if I could go back knowing what I know now, I would have kept doing it. But what I would have done is like figured out a way to get all the users to give me their info, so then I own the user and they weren't tempted to stay with like Indeed or anywhere else, you know. So offer some kind of incentive for their emails and things like that, then it probably would have done really well. But
Yeah.
it was fun while it lasted.
Isn't that everything in life?
Yeah.
Life is fleeting.